One evening, a wife and her husband fell into a bitter argument. Words were exchanged sharply, but soon silence swallowed the room, heavier than anything spoken. After dinner, the husband lay down with their children, and exhaustion carried him quickly into sleep. The wife, however, could not find rest. Her heart throbbed with anger and sadness, her mind repeating the harsh words they had spoken. Tears filled her eyes as she thought, "I cannot live like this anymore. How long can my heart endure this pain?" Quietly, she slipped out of the house, hoping the cool night breeze would calm the storm within her. The narrow lanes of the neighborhood were dimly lit, shadows stretching long across the ground. Her steps were slow, heavy with emotion. Then from a small house she passed, a soft voice reached her ears. It was a mother praying, her tone filled with desperation. "Oh God, please, just one piece of bread for my child tonight." The wife paused. Her chest tightened at the raw cry of hunger, but she kept walking. A little further along, another voice rose into the night. This time it was a woman asking for protection. "God, please keep my son safe from hardship and misfortune." The wife stopped again, her tears spilling more freely now. She thought about her own son, sleeping safely under a roof, and her anger faltered just a little. Still, her feet carried her forward through the silent lanes, unaware of how her heart was being transformed with each step. Not far ahead, she overheard a low, trembling conversation. A worried man whispered urgently to his wife, "Tomorrow, please beg the landlord for more time. Fold your hands if you must, just so he will stop threatening us. We cannot afford to be thrown out." The wife froze. She imagined the fear of losing a roof, the humiliation of pleading for mercy. Compared to that, her quarrel at home suddenly seemed small and selfish. But her steps moved her forward, deeper into the neighborhood, as if guided by an unseen hand. From another house came a weak, fragile voice, an old grandmother speaking to her grandson. "It has been so many days since you brought my medicine." The boy, with guilt in his tone, replied softly, "Grandma, the shopkeeper refuses to give it on credit, and I don't have the money to buy it." The wife pressed her hand to her chest, her heart aching for the boy who could not provide, and for the elder who suffered in silence. Her tears, which had begun because of her own sorrow, now streamed for others. Each prayer, each cry she heard painted a picture of pain far heavier than her own burdens. The night grew deeper, the air colder, but her spirit grew strangely lighter. She realized that the world was carrying endless struggles hidden behind closed doors. Just when she thought she could hear no more grief, she passed by a tiny hut. Inside, a mother sat with her children, their voices faint from hunger. The woman was consoling them softly. "Go to sleep, my little ones. Your father will surely bring food tonight. When he comes, I promise I'll wake you up so you can eat." The children, too weak to argue, closed their eyes, clutching their empty stomachs as though sleep could numb the hunger. At that moment, the wife stopped in her tracks. She could no longer move forward. She stood frozen in the dark lane, her anger dissolving into silence. Suddenly, the fight with her husband seemed so small, so insignificant. She realized that behind every door was a hidden story of pain, deeper and harsher than her own. She turned back, walking slowly, each step bringing her closer to home. As she entered her house, the sight of her children asleep beside their father filled her eyes with fresh tears. Her husband stirred lightly in his sleep, his hand reaching out as though searching for her presence. Her heart softened instantly. She thought, "Yes, we argue. Yes, life is not always easy. But this man cares for me. Together we have a home, food on our table, and health in our bodies, things so many others can only pray for." That night she lay quietly beside her husband and whispered a prayer, not of complaint, but of gratitude. "Thank you, God, for what I already have." In that moment, she realized a profound truth. Behind every smile lies a struggle unseen, and behind every family, no matter how happy they appear, are burdens that the world does not notice. Arguments, disappointments, and conflicts are part of every relationship, but love and gratitude are the threads that hold it together. When we focus only on our pain, we blind ourselves to the blessings already present in our lives. True wisdom lies in cherishing what we have: our home, our loved ones, our health, without letting temporary anger destroy lasting peace. Gratitude may not erase problems, but it gives us the strength to face them with patience and dignity. That night, the wife learned that while her heart could feel wounded, it could also heal with the power of perspective. She understood that what she considered unbearable was, in truth, a privilege compared to the struggles of many around her. And so, she chose not despair, but thankfulness. In doing so, she found peace, not only with her husband, but within her own soul.